Hello, greetings. Greetings. Welcome to the stream. Let me just fade this music out. While we get that all sorted. Amazing. So sorry, I go away for a week and then I forget how to do all the streaming stuff. Let me just quickly make sure all the windows are in the right places for when I switch over. Which should be fine. Yes, we did it. We're all good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the second recording session for our Anamnesis audio drama. I am once again joined by the fantastically moving Mark Gallie, who's there just now.
He's just being a bit showy over here. Hi, hello everyone.
I was trying to give you an intro, and then I just got transfixed by the way you were moving. It was quite strange.
And sit still, mate. I guess. She's always handy in a recording session. Yay!
It's fine. You're in a quiet room, no squeaky floorboards. You're absolutely fine. This was the thing I found out this past week because we had a big recording session here with the Folklore team, and I now know the locations of all the squeaky floorboards in my office because they're all over the Folklore recordings. Ella, hello. Thank you so much for joining us, Ella. Glad you could come along. Glad you could come and spend some time with us.
Hello.
I hope you're well. I don't know if my upriver downriver alert still. It is. So there you go. So Ella makes a fantastic game called Upriver Downriver. We've been making the soundtrack for that. There is a link in the chat now if you would like to find some information out about that. That's still in there. I just forget to take away the commands that I put in.
As soon as you said upriver, I was like very tempted to be like, "What's upriver?" But I was like, "No, I'm not falling for one of these. What's up, dog? No, not much, dog. What's the matter?" I was like, "No."
No, it is not an up dog situation.
What's up, dog?
No, don't. Let's not. I said to myself, the last recording session went very, very well. I think it was only a little bit of chaotic, but all the same, let's try and keep the memes and dated references to a minimum. We've already failed.
Sorry.
No. It was my fault as well. It's okay. My hubris. But hello, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me back. It feels like so long, even though it's only been a week.
Yes.
It's very good to be back. I'm very excited to get back into it. How are you doing? You mentioned full slow recording. Was that good? Was that fun?
It was very good. It was a very, very, very good, intense. I think it's the biggest recording I've held in this space.
Sweet.
There was sort of it was at least 2 people in every day, which is fine. But like we also had, so most of the days we had 3 people coming in plus 1 or 2 people calling in remotely. So it meant we were kind of doing sort of hybrid recording, which I'd never really like. We kind of did a little bit of it for the Tower Part 3 when recording. Redacted. I nearly did it.
You did. I'm so proud of myself. Can I just say on that? I am like, because I was positive that I was like, because no one wants to discover that they're the Tom Holland of like their cast that just can't keep like a spoiler free. But I'm very proud of how far we've made it.
I mean, there's still time, Mark.
Still time.
But yeah, so we had 3 people here and like 2 people calling in via Riverside, and the last day we had about 4 or 5 people in the space. Having to find ways to record them all was interesting, considering I only have 2 microphone inputs in my Focusrite, so I had to be very creative. But I also got to test out how figure of 8 mics and omnidirectional mics work, which is a new thing. I know that's so dull and boring, but it was like, this is a cool thing I don't know how to do.
No, because when I got my Blue Yeti and saw it could do multiple functions, I was like looking up, what do they do? What are the benefits? What situations? And basically the first advice was set it to cardioid and leave it there forever. And so that's interesting to me. I'm like, ooh, what was it like filming with them? Because I've always been very interested in something that would call for the use of it more than necessarily being like, I want to use this mic, but something where you can integrate it well, like omnidirectional for that moving thing if you were doing something very
Well, yeah. So
position based and stuff.
So here's the thing: omnidirectional mics don't necessarily do that. So it's kind of
I've been lied to.
Well, no,
this entire time.
it's not entirely wrong. So what you're thinking of are stereo microphones. Excuse me, where you have the hole where it kind of marks position as well. So if you've got a stereo microphone, kind of when somebody moves, their voice will move in the stereo space because it's recording in stereo. An omnidirectional microphone will still only record in mono. So it's great for things like comedy shows where it's just the people are just sort of delivering lines. It doesn't necessarily, you don't really need to focus on the sound design, or something like what we had with Folklore, where we had one episode where it was three of the cast like standing in a circle, kind of telling a story, kind of like what they do on Midst. If you've listened to that, I know Ella has. So
I see.
But that was good because they weren't moving around. They didn't really where they were in the stereo space wasn't important, but it meant we could capture all of them. But it also meant that they could kind of see each other and they were kind of performing together, rather than like standing in that kind of slightly isolating experience of standing in front of three different microphones. Just focusing on the script in front of you, they could actually see each other performing and things. So it was interesting. Basically, the reason I wanted to try it was when I was down at the Audio Drama Festival a couple of weeks ago. There was a lot of discussion about using, like Dirk Maggs was talking about how you should use stereo microphones as much as possible if you're doing scenes. And I think that's wrong, because I think omnidirectional microphones are a better option because you still have that control over where in the stereo field the audio is. Okay. So you can. Yeah. I would say put the movement in afterwards, which is kind of what you can do with omnidirectional mics. But the actors have the same experience, so for the actors it's better.
Okay.
So that was. That was a thing I got to play around with this week and a thing I got to experiment with this week. It was incredibly nerdy, but it was a lot of fun.
As long as this is fun.
Yes. I didn't stream last week just because I was very busy with recordings, and after spending a day at my computer looking at editing programs, editing software, and then having to go, let's do a stream. I was like, no, I can't look at this software anymore. I've been staring at it all day.
I see.
Alice is Dev picking a fight with Dirk Maggs about how to make audio drama in public. I feel like I need to just clarify my remarks there. I feel like my remarks were taken out of context. No. So what?
And misinterpreted the rules.
So what I mean is that like I think stereo mics are difficult to use if you're not used to using them, you can have all this audio where if you don't know specifically where the audio field ends, you can have people walking off 100% right, and you don't want that for at least for an audio drama podcast. You don't want that. And also if you don't have a controlled studio environment, I think they can be very noisy and quite unwieldy, whereas I think omnidirectional microphones are a nice compromise. So when I say I was disagreeing, when I said I meant that I think for indie audio dramas or people who record at home, for smaller shows, stereo microphones are probably not a good choice because also they're more expensive as well. So it's the kind of so that was the view. Please don't tell Dirk Maggs. It's not like there's a public record of all this. Well,
Clip it. Clip
it. Send it to his email. Kev has already clipped it.
Yay! Let's do this. Stereo versus omnidirectional.
Oh,
Pick
no.
your sides.
I'll never work again.
Not with stereo.
Consider me not in stereo. Consider me hoisted. Anyway, should we start
I'm glad
working?
that it was fun and nerdy. Should we do some work?
Yes, let's actually do some work. Considering I've now been cancelled.
Oh no!
My reputation is in tatters. Let's make some audio drama.
Let's do it.
So, today we're going to be focusing on one episode, and the last stream we did episodes 1 and 2, which was also hi Kev. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for dropping by the stream. It's wonderful to have you. No work, more slander. Oh no, we'll get there.
We're doing some slander. No, we're doing an
later. Audio drama first, later. Later.
Audio drama first.
As we rehearsed. Poetry first. Poetry first, sausage later. That was. That's a Blackadder reference. I don't know. That's a Blackadder reference before. That's
so it is.
Which I'm aware is niche now. God, I'm so old. Anyway. Sorry, I've been away for a week, forgotten how to stream. So we're recording one episode today, just because episode 3 is kind of the sort of centerpiece of the series. I think, So it's as Mark just demonstrated, it is a beefy boy of an episode, and there's a lot of. It's probably the most logistically complicated for recordings. Like we're going to double over some lines. We have sort of Mark doing some voices from like different voices from the past potentially, and also I'm
the voice of the wind and the rain.
Mark Gallie as all the colours of the wind.
Imagine it's like being in a school play where you get to play the tree. Imagine being the tree in an audio drama. That's
just hear a creak. It's just like creak. It's just I don't know. That sounds like a challenge, Mark. If I ever have an audio drama with a tree in it, I'll drop you an email.
Oh please! It sounds like quite the challenging role. To be fair,
we did actually have so. When we were recording Middle Below season 2, we had a character that was a ghost that didn't talk. It was just a silent character. The joke we entertained was in the credits we'd like credit a different famous person, and we just dropped them an email being like, can we just, or we'd use that as a vehicle for
Alan Tudyk, definitely.
Because I was just like, just drop Neil Gaiman a message and just being like, Neil Gaiman was the voice of, and then just complete silence. But
the entire London Symphony Orchestra has just every episode a different person.
But
that's very cool.
It can be done. Is the
can be done
because sound design is a character. That was another thing I got. I didn't get in trouble for saying, but I may have said at one point that the voice actors are part of the sound design, and that was controversial. Anyway,
God. But yeah, this has got some complexity to it. Like there's some like some of these like lines are in caps, so that's there's some scary stuff to happen.
Yeah, so there's going to be. Well, I mean that's more to demonstrate how it's written on the page.
Means I must shout it.
Yes,
it's the only way I can interpret caps.
Well, you might shout it sometimes, but this is the thing we're gonna get into. So, should we do a read through? So I think we've been chatting for a good long while. Let's get into it. So, do you have questions about this episode before we jump into it? I know we sort of soft did this before the stream, but are there any questions about this episode before we get into it?
No, I mean, I was about to do the thing like, what's my motivation? But then I was like, I suppose to be fair, it's just following on from the thing. It's because it's discovery. This one's the discovery, as it were, as we keep going. So,
yes, it's not quite the realization, but it's definitely the discovery.
Yeah.
I think the only thing so the bits where you're reading letters and diary entries.
Mm-hmm.
I think for that section, you can sort of merge the narrator and the character voice.
Okay.
I think you can merge them together at that point. So it means like you're not breaking the voice when you're reading the letters. Like you're reading at least for this read through, read the letters as the narrator or as the character.
Okay, got you.
Don't do the shouting or anything like that. We'll deal with that later.
Just so like I must remember. Probably not the delivery either.
No.
I do love a whisper scream though.
Shouting, but you don't want to wake your shouting, but you don't want to wake your parents up in the other room.
Exactly. Yeah. When you've got to record voiceover, but your partner also has to be in a meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get this. Let's have a read through.
Let's dive in.
Dive in. So the sort of intro to this episode 3, Cups, is you manage to find your home. The facade is unfamiliar. You fish the key out of your pocket and open the door. You okay to record this one, Mark?
Oh yes, we absolutely can.
Cool.
I hadn't thought, but better to have it, right?
Yeah.
There we go. And so this was going to be take 8.
Take 8. Yes.
Okay. I'm recording on the device.
Amazing.
Sweet. I have to say that this is take 8.
Oh, thank you. Well remembered.
No, I said it before I hit the record, and I was like, no, that's useless. Okay, let's do. Oh no.
No, you can go. I'm just gonna just there's a spam in the chat.
Spam! How dare you? Be gone, spam, from this chat.
This is big on spam.
You are banished to the 9th circle of hell. Forget which one that is. But anyway.
The bad one.
A bad one, yeah. Although that's not the attitude to be taken to. I stand outside my house. No.
Oh, crap. Yes, sorry, on you go.
I mean, I might start a new take of this one now. So just so you don't have 40 seconds of me just being crazy. Okay, recording again. This is take 8. Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Oh, have I gone?
No, you're still here. You're good to go.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I think it broke up a little bit for me there. I just couldn't hear you for a second. Okay. Oh my. I stand outside my house. I know it is my house, but it seems unfamiliar and strange. It looks like it has been abandoned for some time. It is a while before I summon the courage to go inside. I instinctively reach into my pocket as I approach the front door and find a set of keys. The house is dark. How long has it been since I was last here? The last time I was home. There is a pair of shoes in the hallway. They are not my size. Is there someone else here? Something in me leaps at the thought and urges me on to explore the house. My house. It feels strange to say that this is my house, but I know that it is. Our house. I move into what was once a study. There is a desk by the window with a bulb. There is a desk by the window with a bulbless lamp, 2 empty cups, and the remains of a notebook with pages torn out. The far wall is covered in photographs, from floor to ceiling, overlapping, covering every inch of wall space. I approach the wall, hoping for some sort of clue, some revelation about what's happening. Most of the photos are of 2 people, in different places, different times. I recognize the temple in a few of them. I see the market in another, only both places are full of people, full of life. I think one of the people in all the photos is me, though I can't be sure. It looks like they are wearing the same robe I woke up wearing. I tried to get a closer look at the people in the photos, and tried to see their faces, but the faces are all blurred. Not scratched out, but faded, like a mist. I feel like I can almost pick out details in the corner of my eye, but they disappear when I try to focus on them. I sit down in front of the wall of photographs. This was my home. This was my study. Does this have something to do with why I'm here? Who is the other person in the photographs? Did they live here too? Where did they go, and why are they all over this wall? I look around me, and I notice that there are some notebook pages scattered throughout the floor. I reach out and start to collect them in front of me. The first page I look at has a drawing on it, and I recognize it as the design that was on the floor in the room I woke up in. There is also the word Anamnesis written underneath, underlined twice with a question mark. The page is not dated, and I realize that none of the pages are dated or numbered. The next page is more frantic, with a scrawl that reads, "They won't let me through. I know what I'm doing," with more drawings of circles containing pentagrams underneath. The next page is the same messy handwriting with, "I must remember," written over and over again, covering the entire page. Another page seems to be passages copied from a book, the recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence, with an asterisk that has, "How do I get back there?" scribbled next to it and circled. Underneath the passage is the question, is that where they've gone? The next page only has one sentence at the top, as if the author meant to write more, but stopped. How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop B in the first place? How dare they feel entitled to their work? The final page I find is a journal entry. The merchant at the market sold me the book. I had to pay much more for it. The elders at the temple believe they own the only copy. Wherever B has gone, I know I can find them with this. I don't know much. I don't know as much as they do about all this, but I have to try and find them. All of B's notes were confiscated by the temple, and they won't tell me anything. I have to do this on my own. I will find you, B. I have to. I sit, reading the last page over and over again. If these are my notes, I was trying to find someone, or was I trying to follow them? I stay in the room, sitting on the floor, looking at the photographs and reading the notes, trying to remember. We found out about another world, a world parallel to our own. Something went wrong and everyone was scared. I lost someone, and I realized I had to try and get them back. And the only way to do that was to try and find this other world.
So,
did I get it wrong? Oh, sorry.
Shit, sorry, I was going to do the line. Never mind.
No, do the line. Go for it.
So, you made it. I wasn't entirely sure you would do it. You asked for a lot with this, and you didn't do everything right. I hope it was worth it to get here.
Did I get it wrong? Am I in the wrong place? All this work for an empty world with distant, forgotten memories? What's this? There's a photograph lying on the floor that I didn't see when I came in. It's another picture of the same couple that covers the wall in the study, in the front of the house. I still can't make out the faces. I turn it over and see that there is something written on the back. Find me.
Amazing. Thank you. That was fantastic. How did that feel?
Stop and save. Not terrible. Not. I feel like there's definitely bits that I didn't do exactly right. There's a few lines that I stumbled over a little bit. But...
Yeah, I mean, we've been away for a week. Like, it'll take a couple of times to get into the character. But yeah, no, I really like that. That was really, really good.
Roughly on the right patch again.
Yeah, there's a couple of things, a couple of notes and things, but it's more general, moving in a slightly different direction with things rather than you did this bit wrong, because you didn't. Because you're very good at this. So
also all right for it to have been a warm up.
Yeah, exactly. Where was it? Yeah, so I think the main focus is going to be... Oh, no, you okay?
Yeah. So I just saved this last one as an MP3 rather than a WAV, and so I'm just amending my mistake. Cool.
Um, yeah, I think so. I think from around about the time that
Oh,
your
sorry, big sip. That is a chunky episode.
I think at the point where you sit down in front of the line, I sit down in front of the wall of photographs. I
Yes.
think that's kind of the point where I think the voiceover and the character kind of start to merge into each other. And I think by the end of the episode, in particular at the we found out about another world, they're the same thing. Right?
Okay.
So like the we found out about another world, that's realization. You know, that's
Okay. Yeah.
that's the memory coming back. And I'd argue that, you know, that is Anam talking at that point rather than rather than the narration. So I think at that point they're all, you know, the two voices. There isn't a difference between the voices at that point. And I think from here on out there is no difference between the two. Like they've sort of been circling around each other, and now they've sort of hit each other and they've merged together. And then
They've merged together. Is that into a combination, or have they sort of merged together into more Anam, into more of the at that point?
More into Anam, because I think you know, it's almost like sort of the voiceover's been the sort of calm, rational brain up until this point, and now it's like, oh no, it's all kind of starting to come back, and I need to think and focus on this to remember stuff. Just so it means when we're going into the other episodes,
That VO is more Anam than back to being
the sort of disconnected narration voice. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the specifically like the note, the final page, talking about the merchant, talking about wherever B is gone, I know I can find them with this. I think you can absolutely emote that, because I'm not gonna double over that recording. So I think you can bring a lot more emotion into it. I think you can really take your time with it and really just let it sink in what this letter kind of implies and what it means. Because also remember, there is also the theory that your character could be B. Yeah, exactly. There is also the potential for that to be the case. So
I was playing that one obviously a bit more like a bit more VO than Anam, because I was like, I like with that canon, because there's where's the other note? It's like one of the last double. Oh yeah, with the additional ones there. How dare they feel? How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop me? How dare they feel entitled to their work? You know, there's a defensive ownership over that, I've felt as well with.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you're kind of that's kind of in your brain, because I'm not sure. I think it's an interesting way to play it, I think. But so I'm kind of that was kind of it really. So I've explained this already, but I'll kind of explain it again just in case, just for people watching, and also just to let you know kind of how we're going to run this. So I genuinely think we just run this, like I think we'll split it up obviously, but I think rather than doing what we've done in previous episodes where we've recorded Anam lines and VO lines separately, I think we record them all together with this one, just to get that sense of things merging together. If you'd still like to record them separately, we can do that if that's more comfortable for you.
No, I'm happy to go for that again with those notes. Okay,
amazing. And then also for these bits here where it says doubled over with additional recording, this is for you, dear viewers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Mark to record these lines again, but in a different voice. So it's kind of like, think of it as reading Mark and writing Mark. At the moment, we're recording reading Mark, but then we're going to be recording as the person who wrote the notes. So you get this kind of flash of the memory starting to come back, and almost like there's a memory of writing it, but not quite. So we're going to kind of play around with that, and also with things like the word anamnesis and the definition of anamnesis, which is somewhere else. just entirely like that. I'm going to also have the community recordings that are being recorded by our wonderful viewers and listeners. Some of which have started arriving, and they're all fantastic. I'm so happy that people are actually wanting to take part.
Do it.
Oh no, we're doing this again.
No, we're not doing this again. I realized as soon as I said it. No. Cool your shenanigans, Mark. There is reading to be done. But for this again, you want it more reading, Anam, for these ones rather than writing.
Yes.
For take 9. Okay, cool.
Viewer recordings. Yes. So what we are doing. So Ella has asked in chat about the viewer recordings, so I will
I'm
just quickly explain that. So,
how can you get involved with the community recordings?
So we have some additional parts for this audio drama, a lot of which is going to be coming. So things like the voice here saying you wake up in an unfamiliar place. These are quotes from the book, the game book, and Sam Lee, Goblin Mixtape, who wrote the book. Who wrote the game, has allowed us to use the audiobook recording that they made of the game in our audio drama. So these bits will be the voice of Sam Lee, the voice of the person who wrote Anamnesis, which I thought would be a nice touch for something like this, and kind of have. I really wanted the game to be a part of the narrative, which is kind of the sort of thing there. But there are other bits like here where it says sound pieces of echoes. Anamnesis, or let's see if I can find. I think it was like episode 2. There was another bit. Yes, various voices, whispers, brackets, distant, square brackets, reading excerpts from the game book. So those are currently being recorded by our fantastic supporters on Ko-fi. So if you are one of our wonderful Ko-fi supporters, you have an opportunity. You're first of all, thank you so much for helping us, for, allowing us to make things like this. So your support means we can spend time doing this, because it means that I can pay Mark for his time, which is fantastic, which is always very good. It's good to be able to pay people. We can also pay for an artist as well to do some artwork for this as well, which is also very good. So we're inviting our Ko-fi supporters to submit their own recordings to be a part of this audio drama. So that's just a thing that I think I came up with while I was writing. I think I was on stream, and I thought it's a thing that we are doing for Anamnesis, just as a small thing, because I've talked about this, but this is very much, this feels like a nice little standalone thing. It feels very just because the whole thing's happened live on stream, it feels a lot more community oriented, which is interesting, and it's nice. And also, I keep saying this to people, this feels like the first audio drama I've made for fun. there hasn't been a separate purpose involved for making it. So that's how that's working, and some of those recordings have started to arrive, and they are fantastic, and they're sounding really, really good, and I can't wait to start editing with them. But yes, so back to recording. So Mark, I think let's record down to. I reach the bit where your cursor currently is. I reach out and start to collect them in front of me, talking about the collecting the papers.
Oh, I was at the top.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's a little green marker there.
Back down here now. I see where you are. So reading down to there. Okay.
Yeah. Just because then it means that's kind of the setup, and then we can spend a lot of time on the letter reading specifically.
Oh yes.
Amazing.
Awesome. Right. Let's get
Let's
recording.
go. Let's roll.
Let's get it started for take 9.
Take 9. That came through slightly robotically here, so it sounded like you were auto-tuned. It was quite fun.
Oh, that was just me trying to be in tune. Haha. Even a broken clock is right twice a day or something close to that. Okie dokie. Take 9. You ready?
Yep, ready when you are.
Zip. I stand outside my house. I know it is my house, but it seems unfamiliar and strange. I'm gonna just start that again because that was a bit jarring there.
Yeah, just go a bit slower as well, I think.
Yeah, take. Don't know why I was on. Let's go. I stand outside my house. I know it is my house, but it seems unfamiliar and strange. It looks like it has been abandoned for some time. It is a while before I summon the courage to go inside. I instinctively reach into my pocket as I approach the front door and find a set of keys. The house is dark. How long has it been since I was last here? The last time I was home. There is a pair of shoes in the hallway. They are not my size. Is there someone else here? Something in me leaps at the thought and urges me on to explore the house. My house. It feels strange to say that is my house. It feels strange to say that it is my house, but I know that it is. Our house. I move on to what was once a study. There is a desk by the window with a bulbless lamp, 2 empty cups, and the remains of a notebook with pages torn out. The far wall is covered in photographs, from floor to ceiling, overlapping, covering every inch of wall space. I approach the wall, hoping for some sort of clue, some revelation about what's happening. Most of the photos are of 2 people, in different places, different times. I recognize the temple in a few of them. I see the market in another. Only both places are full of people, full of life. I think one of the people in all these photos is me, though I can't be sure. It looks like they are wearing the same robe I woke up wearing. I try to get a closer look at the people in the photos and try to see their faces, but the faces are all blurred. Not scratched out, but faded, like a mist. I feel like I can almost pick out details in the corner of my eye, but they disappear when I try to focus on them. I sit down in front of the wall of photographs. This was my home. This was my study. Does this have something to do with why I'm here? Who is the other person in the photographs? Did they live here too? Where did they go, and why are they all over this wall? I look around me, and I notice that there are notebook pages scattered throughout the floor. I reach out and start to collect them in front of me.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
I use that joke far too often, but it's good fun.
It's always that like slight awkwardness at the end of a scene, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that. It's like, and you're doing a performance and you end it on a poignant note, but if you do too many pauses, then you don't want to leave that long bit where you go, is it done? Is he going to break him in? You have to do that's the end of it. That's me done. You can applaud me now.
It's the poet like doing this very serious poem and then just going, thank you at the end. It's
thank you. It's like, yeah, you don't want every poem to end with thank you, but you're just like, but also thank you for listening. Take 9, saved.
Okay. that was really good.
Is that all right? Thoughts?
Yeah,
Anything you want again?
no, I think I'm trying to remember. There was something, but yeah, no, I really liked the kind of sort of direction you took that in. That was really really good. Oh yes, that's what it was. So can we? We're gonna do another take of that for safety, but I really like that. That was
Cool.
really good. The only kind of thing I'd change is so with the my house and the our house line.
Ah, yes.
So when you're saying my house out loud,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like you're testing the phrase. But then you kind of, sometimes you say something and the words just feel wrong in your mouth. It's that kind of thing, and then you realize that like the way you normally describe it, the way you have normally described this, the way that your body is used to describing this place is our house.
So it's like my house, our house. Like, yeah, it's that.
It's kind of that realization of, oh no, I didn't live here on my own. Is kind
My
of the realization.
Our house. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've ever done it for yourself. You live with a partner and you accidentally call it my bedroom. And you're like, wait, well, hang on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's our bedroom. Sorry.
That's the exact feeling. Oddly enough, I still haven't started calling this my office yet. I've got to the point where I'm calling it the office, but yeah, I still feel weird calling it.
Okay.
Because Sarah's desk used to be right there, but yeah, it's technically my office now. Just to be clear, she still has an office. She just moved into a different room, so like it's still.
Oh, I just thought that was a percent. It's like, ooh, nearly a good option for like those like short stories. Like her desk used to sit right there.
Oh, you do. You're doing a poem thing.
Sorry.
You come into
Wrong
my house.
Sorry, our house.
Anyway,
thank you for setting me up for that.
No,
but that's cool. Thank you for that line. That's a good note.
Glad I could help. But yes, I think that was.
It's a correction, not an addition. Cool.
Yes. So that was all.
Sorry for the line.
No, it's okay. I think we do. Yeah, I think we just run that again and record that.
Cool.
So, but yeah, that's really good. You've kind of found the rhythm again, I think.
Poet voice. Sorry, I'm hoping you can't hear my spine reshaping on the mic. I haven't.
I mean,
yet,
I can't now. I imagine I probably will on the takes.
Oh no! I'm not. I mean, I've not recorded that.
Oh right, okay.
No. That'd just be cruel to just send you voice. Hey, you go. Me just playing with my Play-Doh skeleton. Right. So which one was that one that I just saved? I just saved
this is going to be take 10.
Take 10. Okay, recording for take 10. Sweet. Oh, big sip. I stand outside my house. I know it is my house, but it seems unfamiliar and strange. It looks like it has been abandoned for some time. It is a while before I summon the courage to go inside. I instinctively reach into my pocket as I approach the front door and find a set of keys. The house is dark. How long has it been since I was last here? The last time I was home. There is a pair of shoes in the hallway. They are not my size. Is there someone else here? Something in me leaps at the thought and urges me on to explore the house. My house. It feels strange to say that it is my house, but I know that every time with that line. It feels strange to say that it is my house, but I know that it is. Our house. I move into what was once a study. There is a desk by the window with a bulbless lamp, 2 empty cups, and the remains of a notebook with pages torn out. The far wall is covered in photographs, from floor to ceiling, overlapping, covering every inch of wall space. I approach the wall, hoping for some sort of clue, some revelation about what's happening. Most of the photos are of two people, in different places, different times. I recognize the temple in a few of them. I see the market in another. Only both places are full of people, full of life. I think one of the people in all these photos is me, though I can't be sure. It looks like they are wearing the same robe I woke up wearing. I try to get a closer look at the people in the photos and try to see their faces, but the faces are all blurred, not scratched out, but faded, like a mist. I feel like I can almost pick out details in the corner of my eye, but they disappear when I try to focus on them. I sit down in front of the wall of photographs. This was my home. This was my study. Does this have something to do with why I'm here? Who is the other person in the photographs? Did they live here too? Where did they go, and why are they all over this wall? I look around me, and I notice that there are notebook pages scattered throughout the floor. I reach out and start to collect them in front of me.
Wonderful, thank you very much. That was great.
There we go.
Yeah, I really like that. I like the my house, our house line was fantastic.
Better? Sweet.
Perfect. The also just the kind of description of I forgot to say this on the last one, but like I really liked the way you did the description of the wall covered in photographs. I think.
Oh, thanks.
I think you did that very well. Yeah, just fantastic. I'm happy to move on if you are. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now,
sorry, I keep. What's the line I kept stumbling over and had to go for you twice? I know.
I mean, it was an odd line. It feels strange to say that it is my house, but I know that it is. It is a weird line.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was because it was twice, and I was just like, it's not a weird sentence. For some reason, it's just the.
I mean, it is a bit of a weird sentence. It feels strange to say that it is my house, but I know that it is. It feels very
strange to say that it is my house, but I know that it is. I guess it's very nice and very lyrical, but you just have it's one of those lines like you have to say it right, or it just sounds weird. So.
Yeah. What's the line? Is
cool.
it Hail Caesar? It's like would that it were so simple.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So next up we have. Some more reading. We get the big chunky scene in the middle of the big chunky script.
Oh, getting right into the meat of the donut here. Wait a minute.
The meat of the donut. Okay.
Meat of the donut.
Okay. I think we can probably just run this down to. Yeah, I'll run this down to. I stay in the room, sitting on the floor, looking at the photographs and reading the notes, trying to remember. Because there's a pause there anyway, so that's kind of a good place to sort of.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like right before the. Fuck! There's other worlds.
Yeah. Yes.
But you know,
the sort of the soft what have I done before the hard what have I done in the next episode. You've got these little gradually bigger realizations of what have I done. What have I potentially done?
Oh no! No!
What? Exactly that in that order as well.
I've scrolled up way too far there. Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah. So first page I look at has a drawing on it. Okay. Yes, I think you can start very not clinical, but like very much just like you're giving a description of an inventory, and then as it kind of goes on, the emotion can start coming in. Because I think I think I'm probably going to change these because I think they are VO lines, rather than Anam lines, because it's not going to be put in the scene. It's going to be
Right.
the voiceover, and then when we double the voiceover, that'll be different. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
just quickly fix that.
VO, VO, VO. I made you. Wait, no, that's not this one.
Vo 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 vo.
Vo, vo, vo. How do you like it? How do you like it? Vo,
Yeah, and then
vo.
then we can have an Am reading at the end. So for the merchant in the market sold me the book. So yeah. So yeah,
I like the idea that any time the word is mentioned, it's like just like whispered on the wind, just like what's it called? Anamnesis. Anamnesis.
I mean that is kind of what's gonna happen.
Yeah, sweet. Ah, how did I spoiler? How did I do a spoiler for a thing we're doing?
Okay, I'd rather you spoiled this than the tower. Let's be honest.
Well, say spoiler was if
is-
the script isn't up in front of everyone.
Let's just say this is not the first time Mark has accidentally spoiled something that hasn't been written yet. Which is to say, Mark figured something out before I'd figured it out.
I play a lot of role-playing games. Sometimes it's that bit. Players go, "Oh, is that this?" You go,
It was,
"No."
I just very specifically remember saying to Mark, no, it's not that, and then later going, damn it is that. So it was.
I felt so bad because you know you make a guess, it always sounds so much more simple than what it actually is as well.
I mean, well, this will absolutely be something we talk about after the rest of the Tower Part 3 is out. But yeah,
Listen to the towers. You know what we're talking about.
Okay. Yes, let's jump into this. Let's get this take done.
Let's do this. Oh God, yes. Take must record. Right. So this will be take 11. We're doing,
Take
right?
11. Yes.
Cool. So I've said that. Recording for take 11. The first page I look at has a drawing on it, and I recognize it as the design that was on the floor in the room that I woke up in. There is also the word Anamnesis written underneath, underlined twice with a question mark. The page is not dated, and I realize that none of the pages are dated or numbered. The next page is more frantic, with a scrawl that reads, "They won't let me through. I know what I'm doing," with more drawings of circles containing pentagrams underneath. The next page is in the same messy handwriting with, "I must remember," written over and over again, covering the entire page. Another page seems to be passages copied from a book. The recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence, with an asterisk that has, "How do I get back there?" scribbled next to it and circled. Underneath the passage is the question, is that where they've gone? The next page only has one sentence at the top, as if the author meant to write more, but stopped. How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop B in the first place? How dare they feel entitled to their work? The final page I find is a journal entry. The merchant at the market sold me the book. I had to pay much more for it. The elders at the temple believe they own the only copy. Wherever B has gone, I know I can find them with this. I don't know as much as they do about all this, but I have to try and find them. All of B's notes were confiscated by the temple, and they won't tell me anything. I have to do this on my own. I will find you, B. I have to. I sit, reading the last page over and over again. If these are my notes, I was trying to find someone, or was I trying to follow them? I stay in the room, sitting on the floor, looking at the photographs and reading the notes, trying to remember.
Fantastic. That was excellent. Thank you. So you kind of started with a really interesting kind of energy that
Apologies for
no,
that.
no, no, no. I
think
liked
it was
it.
good.
If anything, I'd say keep it. I'd say like
Oh, okay.
it hit really, really well. It sort of, I think it had a really good kind of energy to it, and I think it was good because it felt like it really demarcated that line between where the voiceover starts becoming more actively involved in the story. I really liked it. I think if anything, keep that and do more with it.
I have to re-listen to it now that I know okay, cool.
Yeah, like slightly more kind of like we were saying, somebody making audio notes on it of an inventory. But yeah, no, I really liked it. It was very, very good. A note on underneath the passage is the question: is that where they've gone? You put the emphasis on they've like just keep that fairly flat.
Okay, cool, got you. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was the because we were adding in there is another whether the whether to go for. So just go with that. Is that where they've gone rather than is that where they've gone? Okay,
yeah, I think the emphasis anywhere is on that rather than.
Is that? Oh, okay, cool. I can add it there. Cool.
Okay. What was the other one? So for the last kind of part of this take, I think you can go more sad.
Go even sadder with it.
I think so. Yeah. So I think with the letter here, the merch. So you're getting an insight into how we direct the tower now. I think with the letter, specifically the merchant at the market sold me the book. I think you can bring in a bit more kind of despair and almost desperation as well.
Okay. Cool.
Obviously I think I'd rather you went too far and we dialed it back rather than like trying to edge it just a little bit more.
Absolutely.
But I think you can do more with that. More, bigger.
I love giving more.
More sad.
More, bigger, bigger,
big sad.
Perfect. Sweet.
So for Roger, who's the narrator for Dungeon Economic Model, he's acted in a lot of our films, the films that we used to make.
Oh, yes. That. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't connect the two Rogers.
We always made this joke that I was going to take all of the clips that of Roger being in films and remix them and turn them into a song. And I think it was a couple of Christmases ago I actually did that, and it was when I sent it over, the response I got was, "It's so long, the perfect length," which is the best bit of feedback I think I've ever got.
Yes. Oh, magnificent.
Okay. Right. Right. Do you have any questions? Is there anything you're kind of concerned about or confused about or unsure about?
No.
Script.
Do you, for this one, do you want me to give those reading bits the same as just there, or do you want me to kind of give them a different? Yes. Okay. Cool.
We'll put the double overs on a separate take.
A different take for you. Cool. That makes sense. So do it again. And as my old acting, like literally my old acting coach used to say, do it again. Just do it better. It's complex, man, but my God, did it work. Never used to come watch our final productions either. It'd be like, I've seen it a million times. Such an amazing cat.
Such a bizarre.
Oh, loved it. Again, like it really felt like a bit like like an acting coach out of a film. Very very, very good. Like, would give you like one bit of feedback and you'd be sat with a week for it going, made you figure out what it meant rather than giving you the answers. Excellent acting coach. But yeah, just was a very big fan of just do it better. And like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Right. So we start from the first page, right?
Yes.
That's where we start from.
Yes.
First page I look at, drawing on it. And this will be take 12, right?
Yes. Yes, take 12.
Take 12.
I should probably be writing this down somewhere, but yeah. That's actually probably a thing worth saying. Normally I would be writing down take numbers and which takes I like and things, but the great thing about streaming is the fact that we have everything on tape. We have it all right here. And also because we're only really doing 1 or 2 takes per thing, because Mark's very good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a combination of Mark is very good, and also we've known each other. We've worked together on a lot of things, so I like to think we kind of understand each other when it comes to getting things done. And also the fact that usually I'm very much just like 2 takes is enough, which I'm aware is probably not the most thorough thing I could be doing.
When you nail it on the first one more for safety, and you've got all you need.
But
if anything goes wrong, we can record it off camera, so no one needs to know.
It's been like, yeah, no, do you not remember us recording this take? It was on one of the streams. You have to go. I guess you're gonna have to watch all of them to find out.
Everything looks a bit weird on Twitch. It must just sound a bit compressed. Maybe, yeah. Cool. Right. I'm gonna hit record. Excellent. Record of take 12.
Take 12.
Take 12.
Oh, that was a lovely little ding.
Hit just right. It was just a tiny little ding.
It sounded like the Cinema Sins. Like.
Oh no! I've survived this. Ding. I mean, to be fair, you could do the roll credits for Anamnesis here quite a few times.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Okay. Let's get serious.
I don't tell you how to do your job. Oh, I know I do. I'm directing. Forget. No. Don't. Sorry.
Right. Whew. The first page I look at has a drawing on it, and I recognize it as the design that was on the floor in the room that I woke up in. There is also the word Anamnesis written underneath, underlined twice with a question mark. The page is not dated, and I realize that none of the pages are dated or numbered. The next page is more frantic, with a scrawl that reads, "They won't let me through. I know what I'm doing." With more drawings of circles containing pentagrams underneath. The next page is the same messy handwriting with "I must remember" written over and over again, covering the entire page. Another page seems to be passages copied from a book. The recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence, with an asterisk that has "How do I get back there?" scribbled next to it and circled. Underneath the passage is the question, is that where they've gone? The next page only has one sentence at the top, as if the author meant to write more, but stopped. How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop B in the first place? How dare they feel entitled to their work? The final page I find is a journal entry. The merchant at the market sold me the book. I had to pay much more for it. The elders at the temple believe they own the only copy. Wherever B has gone, I know I can find them with this. I don't know as much as they do about all this, but I have to try and find them. All of B's notes were confiscated by the temple, and they won't tell me anything. I have to do this on my own. I will find you, B. I have to. I sit, reading the last page over and over again. If these are my notes, I was trying to find someone. Or was I trying to follow them? I stay in the room, sitting on the floor, looking at the photographs and reading the notes, trying to remember.
Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Oh,
That's sad enough. Do we get some good sad?
that was some fantastic sad. Perfect sad. Like that.
Perfect sad.
Oh man, that letter was heartbreaking. Oh, wonderful. Very, very, very well done.
Just love B so much.
It's
Or RB so much.
just great.
Miss them so much.
Just fantastic.
Oh, this is so much fun to do.
Good.
This is excellent.
I'm
having a lot of
glad
fun
you were
here.
having a good fun.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. So, all deep sad aside, this is awesome.
So I'm just very aware that I said I'm glad you're having a good fun.
Yay!
It took a second.
Are you having good fun?
I'm also having a good fun.
Chat, are you having a good fun? We hope you're having good fun.
They've been very well behaved. Like Twitch is telling me there's at least 5 or 6 people watching, but chat, they've been very well behaved. It's been good.
Hello, chat. Hello, people.
Yes.
Cool.
So
Anything else you were wanting from that, or are you?
Ella says yes. Chat are having a good fun.
Yay!
So well, I don't have any notes. I think I'm okay to move on. But there's something I'm going to say out loud now, so that hopefully it means I remember later. When we do the double over readings, the additional recordings for the double over readings, for the I must remember line, I'm just going to get you to say it over and over again. So it's like
cool.
So they're saying written over and over again, covering the entire page. It's going to be like underneath, kind of in the background.
Sweet.
It's
Just
just
guys play like the voiceover warm up game where you have to say the same thing over and over again, but you're not allowed to use the same emotion twice.
Nope. We're just gonna keep it.
Cool. Way easier.
We're just gonna. Tang also says, "Don't tempt fate, Dev. You know better." This is very true. The moment you say chat's being very well behaved, then all hell will break loose. Gonna get Sonic Adventure quotes in the chat. I was watching I was just about to get into unimportant chat. Oh, that's fine. Right, let's get. Okay. I was going to go off on a tangent. I thought it would be better not to do that.
Tangent.
Yay. Okay. So.
Oh, okay. It's just one last little bit for this now.
Yes,
So,
I think we
yeah.
get it. So
Okay.
yeah. So for this bit, I think keep the sad for this.
Yeah.
For the first bit.
Oh, yeah. Be jarring without some sad.
Well, yeah. I think all kind of things. I think all this whole first bit you can keep the sad.
Yeah.
It's the 21st century version of Hold the Faith. It's keep the sad.
Keep the sad.
But yes. So I am actually going to get you to do something a little bit extra here. So you've got your video game voiceover audition.
What's this?
With the what's this line.
I'm really trying to make it as natural as I can.
You're doing a very good job. You're doing a very good job for what is ostensibly a very audio drama line. Funnily, weirdly enough, so when we were recording Anamnesis this week, BB June, who is one of the fantastic writers, kept on saying, yeah, I'm kind of really aware. I don't want this to sound like a voice actor in an audio drama. And at one point I just had to turn around and just say to them, look, BB, I think you just need to come to terms with the fact that at some point somebody is going to listen and go, oh, that's a voice actor in an audio drama. Like, because that's what we're doing.
A little bit.
Like, I understand what you're doing, but you keep saying this. Yes, so I'm going to get you to do a little bit of an extra action to hopefully help with the natural delivery of the what's this line. So the door. So basically, the way the action's going to be is that the door is going to blow open. So the front door is going to blow open. There's going to be paper. There's going to be lots of noise. It's going to be quite a, it's going to be quite a shock. So I think you can have a little. I'll say, door opens or whatever through the thing, and then basically I just want you to react to that. Do the standard. What was that noise? I'll go investigate. The standard, the standard lines that NPCs do in these scenarios.
What's that over there?
Yeah, and then
someone prowling around here.
So yeah, go over, close the front door, sigh, and then that's when you see the photo. And then go, must have been the wind, and return to your position. Sorry, I'm just making lots of. When the wind when the wind blows the door open, I'm going to put the Metal Gear Solid exclamation mark noise.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, the kind of whoomp noise,
Yeah.
I don't want suspension of disbelief. I want total abandonment, says Kev.
Abandon belief, ye who enter here.
Yeah. So is that something that'll work, or is that just going to make things more complicated for you?
You want me to do additional acting, you monster? No, yeah, that'll be great. I'll give it a damn good shot.
It's time and a half,
I was about to say, well, you've got me for another hour, and then realized kind of what that sounded like. So
I think we made a joke in the last stream about adding an extra line, and you went, "I'm not going to bill you for it." So I think this is now a running joke. As much as it's a running joke, I just want to be very clear. Mark is getting paid.
Oh yes, and I want to make very clear that I would have also done this for free if there wasn't, because Dev's amazing. But yes, they are being incredibly kind and paying for things. So yes.
Tang Whistle in chat says you can do it, Mark. So you have the confidence of the chat, it seems.
Use the.
And mine as well. I feel like it's worth saying.
I did think I had yours.
I don't doubt that you can do this, because I know you can. But yeah. Okay.
I should almost be recording all bit and just message my partner in the other room, just at some point in the next 20 minutes, can you just randomly open the door behind me, and then we'll just get it. What?
For the sake of a clean recording, let's not do that.
Let's not. Yeah, okay.
If we were in the studio, I might suggest that, but just because we're remote recording, I think we'll do it the old-fashioned way.
When you do, when you go all aliens and don't tell the actors that something's going to come out of the person's stomach, so you get a natural reaction. True story, apparently.
How did you know how we were going to be recording the Tower Part 4? Who told you?
I have been to your place. You think I wasn't going to leave bugs everywhere? You think you're the only one that owns microphones?
Yeah. Oh, so that's what that was. Gallie casually comparing himself to John Hurt. Wow. Says Kev.
Whoops. Oh no, I can't be this happy because I need to bring the big sad back.
Yeah, get sad.
Bring the big sad. Bring the sad. Everything's terrible.
Chat, stop being supportive. Terrible. It's not helping.
Yeah, no, I was about to say go the other way, but
no, don't do that.
We go too far. And then... Oh, okay, right. Sad. We found. Need to come.
There's a boo in chat now.
Oh.
It's Kev. It's.
Thanks, Kev. Right, hang on.
Okay, Tango. So, we're saying from Mark, not everyone.
Oh God, no! What have I started?
Tango just said, "You all suck." That's just.
Oh no!
Okay,
no one else needs to be sad.
I think we may have started something we can't contain. Okay, right. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So basically big sad for the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Door blowing open.
Yep. Which I'll say I'll say wind blowing open.
Went through the door, and then let's see where I come in. So yeah, for these sort of last 5, I guess. Well, I suppose more for the Anam line, how do you want this first one? Again, more reedy, just like find me? Or
Yeah,
do you want it to be...
that you can. Yeah, so it is reading. I don't know if I'll I don't think we'll do the additional.
Yeah.
Why did I write that? Interesting. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think for now, I think you can kind of. I'm gonna describe it as cautious hope.
Okay.
But because like you're not 100% sure what this means, but it's something.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
I think that's the. What was that noise? Must have been the wind.
Guess it was nothing. Time to leave my guard completely down.
So let's go back to walking the same 12. Stop. Stop.
I'm really good at getting us off topic, aren't I?
I mean, I think we're both to blame. I think. So, I mean, like we're doing well. Like we're
doing well.
We're nearly we're at 9:30, and you know we're kind of we're on the last bit, and then we've just got the additional recordings to do. So if anything, we're on time.
Yay! But we can mess around and have shenanigans at the end.
Yes.
Now we need to bring the sad.
Audio drama first, slander later. That was the agreement.
That was the agreement. That's not my line. Okay. And that, yeah, my only other thing for was just checking the other Anam line of, did I get it wrong? Am I in the wrong place? Is there any sort of stresses here, or is this just a confusion?
I think that is also a VO line.
Oh, okay.
Like it's all one. It's all together. It's all sad. All sad, really.
Sweet. Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of they're sort of merged together at this point.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's do a take. See if we can get it sad enough.
Let's go for it.
So this would be take 13.
Take
right?
13. Yes, the saddest number.
Cool. Take 13, the saddest number. I love a subtitle. Okay. Nah. Sad. Wouldn't be hydrated. We found out about another world. A world parallel to our own. Something went wrong, and everyone was scared. I lost someone, and I realized I had to try and get them back, and that the only way to do that was to try and find this other world. Did I get it wrong? Am I in the wrong place? All this work for an empty world with distant, forgotten memories?
And door.
Oh. What's this? There's a photograph lying on the floor that I didn't see when I came in. It's another picture of the same couple that covers the wall in the study in front of the house. That was weird. It's another picture of the same couple that covers the wall in the study in front of the house. I still can't make out the faces. I turn it over and see there is something written on the back. Find me.
Brilliant. That was
Sorry,
really, really good.
I don't know what happened with my voice in the last few minutes there. But
but that
used it rather than cough it away. But
that was really, really good. That was fantastic. I was very happy with all of that. I don't actually have any notes. I think I want to record it again just so that so we've got a backup. It's quite funny because we're on Discord. The sort of wind blowing the front door open, that whole action. We only got little bits and pieces of it because of the noise filtering. But no, it's fine. Like you know, I trust you on this. So like, do you feel like it helped with the watch? Because the watch this line, by the way, was very good. So I don't know if
Is that all right?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like, was it helpful to do the whole action?
I think a physical act is quite good for me because then I was like the peripheral of my eyes. I was like pick something in the peripheral and be like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
And like literally just try and do it. So if that one's good, I am. It's
Yeah,
I'm almost worried I can't hear what sounds natural anymore. I worry like
of
getting
course.
into that same like any way I'll say it. Like it's impossible to say the line like to say hello there without feeling like you're doing the hello there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think I was very happy with that take. Tang Whistle in chat says that was awesome. So, you've won
Oh,
them. You've
sweet.
won them over
Thanks.
again. It seems.
Yeah.
But
Big sads.
big sads. But yeah, like you absolutely nailed the tone like straight away. It was fantastic, brilliant. Yeah, the what's this line was very very good. The photo description. I'm actually gonna add an extra word.
I was gonna say that yeah, the one on the study sat in front of the house. It was just I wasn't sure. I was like,
Yeah, like when you
another
read that
picture of
line
the
out,
same
I went,
couple.
"Oh wait, no, that's a bad writing. I'm gonna fix that very quickly."
Covers the
So
wall in the study, standing in front of the house.
yeah,
Cool. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
it's another
okay,
picture of the same couple that covers the wall in the study, standing in front of the house.
yeah,
Still okay. Yeah, okay, that feels a little easier. I was just like, yeah, I feel like I'm saying this. I'm doing a
yeah.
weird.
Structurally, it makes more sense.
Cool.
Just works more as a sentence. Okay, yeah, I think we do one more take of that, and then we've got all the extra fun recordings to do after that. So
Sweet. Okay, so that was 13. So this one will be 14.
14.
Jeez, my lucky number. Right. Recording, take 14. We found out about another world, a world parallel to our own. Something went wrong and everyone was scared. I lost someone, and I realized I had to try and get them back, and that the only way to do that was to try and find this other world. Did I get it wrong? Am I in the wrong place? All this work for an empty world with distant, forgotten memories?
And door.
What's this? There's a photograph lying on the floor that I didn't see when I came in. It's another picture of the same couple that covers the wall in the study, standing in front of the house. I still can't make out the faces. I turn it over and see that there's something written on the back. Find me.
Ooh, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Yep, I don't think we need to do that again. That was great.
Oh,
Wonderful. I really liked the find me in that one. I thought the find me there was wonderful.
so thank you.
Great.
It's gonna be really hard to carry around this ego all week. I'm already so tired.
We have another recording session on Wednesday, so we can.
Oh,
I'll
excellent.
bring the harshest director. I don't have one. Harshest
No, I
director
don't think I can picture you being a harsh director. Like, like not in a way that I think you like. If you needed to, I 100% believe you could bring the thunder. But I just don't think you would ever be ever necessary for you to get to that point. Excuse me.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, okay. Okay,
You're very good at what you do.
thank you. As are you.
Thanks.
Okay, so how are we going to do this? Okay, are you okay just to roll a take, and then we'll just kind of do this bit by bit?
So what? Just hit record and we'll just do some stuff.
Yeah, hit record, mark it as a... So
Yeah, I'm recording.
amazing. So the first bit we'll do is they won't let me through. I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
So it's not so much shouting as it is like angrily, furiously writing. So it's kind of like you're trying to think of an analog, to be honest, but it's kind of you're sort of angry.
It's I suppose it's more like it's not in the moment of they won't let me through, but it's the documenting it later on, right?
It's like you've gone to the temple, they've not let you through, and you've sort of flounced away, and then this is you kind of coming back, and
they won't let me through. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think more angry. I think more
angry.
Yeah.
They won't. Oh, more. I like being angry. I can do sad really easily. Angry. They won't let me through. I know what I'm doing.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that was it. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I think so. Twitch is saying that I'm offline, but
oh no,
it says it says I'm still streaming, but the hang on. Oh no, it says we're still. Yeah, just the Twitch stats thing is broken. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're still live. Hold on, let me check.
I mean, I'm still rolling, so
dropped out briefly, but you're back. Okay, apparently we're back, so that's fine. Okay.
Sorry, people.
Sorry about that. That was.
We know what we're doing.
Can still hear you, but you seem to be way out of sync. Oh, okay, that's quite weird. Hopefully that catches up at some point. Wait, better now. Okay, clearly there was a bit of a jitter there. Yeah, okay. That's annoying. It started as a new stream as well. That's frustrating. Okay.
Oh, that's really annoying.
It's fine. It just means I need to clip it together at some point for YouTube. That's fine. Okay. So, audio is always okay. All right. Okay. So it might actually be all right then. I'll figure it out later. Cool. Okay. So they won't let me through. I know what I'm doing. We've done that line. Right. Yes. So I must remember. So I think
same anger.
I think less angry, more kind of. I think you can be more scared with this because it's this thought that like you are forgetting things.
It's more, that's sort of desperate. Like I must remember.
Yeah, I think you can be quite quick about it, like because you're writing this over and over again, like.
Oh yes, this is the one that's over. I must remember. I must remember. I must remember. I must remember.
Amazing. Great. I don't think we need to do that again. I think that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
We actually. I feel. Do you say this at some other? Do you say this in the first episode? The recollection of innate knowledge. I feel like you do.
Oh.
Am I just making that up? I feel like I might be making that up. Let's control F this.
Oh yeah, that would be the way to do it.
Oh no, sorry, it's an additional line for. Yeah, we don't need to do this one because that's the line that the community is recording. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to take lines away from there. Okay.
Yeah, and so we'll have the reading line, but we'll have all these other voices coming over as well. Okay. Actually, we should probably do how do I get back there, and is that where they've gone? We should do that as well, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So do you want that as more it's like in character, I guess?
Yeah, I think you can bring back. I think we can go back to the sort of angry desperation kind of for how do I get back there.
So more like the I must remember, or more like the they won't let me through. Sorry.
More like the they won't let me through. It's kind of like a quiet, sort of like a angry desperation because it's frustrated.
Right. It's like, how do I get back there?
Slightly less angry.
How? Okay. How do I get back there?
Yes, I like that. And then for is that where they've gone? I think you can bring back the sad.
Is that where they've gone?
Nice. Fantastic. Thank you. Double those over. Yeah, so this one, how dare the temple take ownership of their work? Angry. Yes.
Angry. I'm angry sitting there. Entitlement to work? Big deal for me.
This is angry member of Question Time audience.
How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop B in the first place? How dare they feel entitled to their work? More angry?
More angry. Really, really, like hammer on the dares. Like it's very much a.
How dare the temple take ownership of their work after trying to stop B in the first place? How dare they feel entitled to their work?
Perfect. Fantastic. Right level of how dare you?
How dare they? Do you know who I am? Because it would really help.
I just don't know. I have no idea.
Do you know who I am? No. Damn it.
Like it's my favorite part of the Bourne Identity when Jason Bourne is like interrogating someone. He's just going, "Who am I? Who do I work for? Who sent me?" Just a wonderful inversion of the interrogation scenes.
Forgot about that. Yeah, it's a beautiful way to twist it. So imagine being angry at someone. Who do I work for?
yeah, basically that. Like, what happens in the last movie? Like, okay. Right, where are we at? So, yeah, we've got Find Me, I think, is the last one we're doing.
Find Me.
Yes, so, I won't lie to you. I don't know what I was intending when I wrote doubled over with additional recording. I don't know if it meant that I was going to get somebody else to do the Find Me. I don't know. But
what options would you like?
That's a very good question, Mark. I think...
I thought so.
So I think let's have one where you are the person that wrote that. That took the photograph and wrote Find Me. So it's kind of like a message in a bottle almost.
Find Me.
Okay, I really like that. Can we get it just a tiny bit lighter?
A bit lighter?
A bit lighter, yeah. Or smaller, I think is probably a better descriptor.
Find Me.
Amazing. Great. I think that is all we need. I would think that was everything we needed to record.
Okay.
Some knowledge.
On that one. Take 15 to save that one. And shiny.
Fantastic. So that's another episode down. Another episode recorded. And that's the big one as well.
That is the thick king of them all. Right?
The beefy boy.
That is the yeah. I'm trying to use some sort of tarot measure, some sort of tarot pun here. There's got to be something here. That's the major arcana. Is that episode? There you go. There we go. I knew it was in there somewhere.
I like how this, like, because I feel like if there's one thing I've learned from doing this is that more of my friends are into tarot than I realized.
I know. I don't know. Yeah, I think I did this last time. I introduced you to my sassy deck.
Yes, the sassy tarot deck.
My sassy tarot deck. She's fantastic. She's been less sassy of days. It might be because we're spending more time together.
Tangler suggested this episode is the world. It's the big one.
Oh, that JoJo reference.
Pardon?
Oh, have you ever heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It's
I have.
A Japanese
yes.
animation. Yeah, well, there's a lot of tarot-based thing in that, and every time someone says the world, I think of a very particular meme. And if no one here understands what I'm talking about, that is fine.
Yeah, so I think that's us for today. I'm just gonna have a quick look at what else we still have.
Yeah.
Because that'll be Wednesday. Are you still okay to record on Wednesday as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
I don't know how. Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was like, I don't know. Whether we'll. It's that thing where I was like, I know we've been very optimistic with time things beforehand, but episode 5 is very short.
That's true, but then there's also the credits as well.
The credits are. Good. Oh god! So I just rolled down to the additional line to records for the community recordings. I was like,
yes, there's a lot of them.
There's some.
But yeah, I think I might actually end up doing the credits because we need to put. There's just.
I was going to say credits, artwork by credit.
Yes, they're an upcoming artist, so they're very good. You won't have heard of them.
Credited to credit.
You might have seen some
credit
of their,
where credit is due. Oh.
you might have seen some of their work on Twitter, but like or on Tumblr. But it's like sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I also need to do like the full list of people who've lent us their voices very kindly.
Sung into the shell.
Yes. But yeah, well, I mean, I think as much as the last 2 episodes are short or a lot shorter, they're heavier. That's a weird.
There's plenty in them. That was just like.
Yeah, so I think that's it. I think it'll just be a case of we'll probably spend longer, working on smaller sections.
Oh, yeah.
You also got that big chunk of exposition at the end of episode 4.
Oh yeah, I just like sort of scrolled past it. I was like, oh my god, he's still going.
Like,
because when you reformatted it to the line.
Well, it was weirdly enough, right? So after we did this and after we talked about it, I was listening to the podcast I mentioned, from Hamlet to Hamilton.
Yes.
And they basically gave an example where they did something exactly like this. So where like an actor wasn't quite getting the rhythm, so they formatted it like verse, and then it worked. So I was like, oh wow, okay, so it's a proven technique to work. So I'm not just the only one. So it's not just me.
So I like things like that. It's like I listened to some like voiceover mastery podcasts and stuff where they have like, like professionals in and like people from like other directing and stuff. And it's like one I think was one of the main like casting agents over at Blizzard was like, oh, when people come in for the project, I'll just like be playing music or something that sort of like relates to the project. If it's fantasy, getting something up like that, because it like sort of like gets them in the mood subconsciously. I love all these like additional little tricks that people have to get to like, to work together and get the best out of both parties and stuff. It's very cool. And sorry, there's my nerddom showing.
No, not at all. Absolutely, bring it out for all to share with the class. Kev says poetry for the win, which I agree.
Poetry for the win. Poetry's great.
But yeah, it's interesting because after writing this and then also listening, I'm kind of getting back interested into not strictly poetry writing, but like writing and more in that style and thinking more in terms of like form and structure and things, which is something I don't normally do. Normally I'm like, I'll just write and see what happens.
You being all worried about saying you're gonna write poetry
well,
again.
Just because but also I think what's kind of set it off is realizing that like it can make a difference to a performance. I've actually demonstrated that live on Twitch for however many viewers. So yeah, I just think that was interesting. And then then we've got the last episode really isn't that long. Good God, it's so short.
No, but it's important.
Yes, that's true. I think it still hits 5 minutes though, which is kind of what we're going for.
Oh yeah. I am lost.
Just yeah. But,
Ready for me to Shatner my way through this particular episode?
I'm curious as to what the music's going to sound like, because there's lots of sections here.
Excited.
There's lots of sections here where I'm like, this bit's going to need scoring. This bit's going to need scoring. Oh, this bit's going to need scoring as well. I think the music's going to be the bit that takes the longest, because the tower part.
That's going to be one. Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, just because the Tower Part 3, right? Scoring the Tower Part 3 was so stressful. It was just a very, very big challenge, and I think this is probably going to be the same. I don't think it's necessarily anything like, it's anything to do with ability or anything. I think it's just that, like, I think because the way I write music, because I've been doing it twice a week all the time, it means when I have to do it for a project, I feel like it's kind of like, okay, the way I do things is much more sophisticated now, and there's so many different directions we can take this. It's going in without a palette, I think, is the concern at the moment. So I need to kind of work out what kind of tone I'm going for.
Well, I imagine that might be I don't know, because I am not musically talented or in any of those facets, and certainly not in any kind of composite positional way. You know, one of those things you reckon perhaps once we've done the recording and stuff, you'll have an idea for the pauses and beats. Will that be easier, or will it make no difference?
I think it'll probably, if anything, it'll come from the edit, because that's definitely what happened with the tower, where it was edited the first scene and then that's where the music came from, was listening to the very first scene and then kind of going, okay, I've got an idea of the tone and the rhythm of this now. So hopefully that happens again. Like,
something about this for me is just, it feels like pianos see pianos.
Just listening to going, I'm getting a real synthesizer vibe. Musical saw. Like,
I get out of my head. I was like, could the saw is one of the most hauntingly beautiful instruments I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I mean, I talked about this last stream. I've started using a bow on my acoustic guitar, and it's got a very distinctive sound that I kind of might want to use for this. I'm annoyed it's taken me this long. Like, I haven't discovered it earlier, because it would have been perfect for like upriver, downriver, or a couple of other slightly more, well, I'm calling acoustic projects, but yeah. What time are we at? Oh, we can chat for a bit. We've got about 10 minutes. If you're if you're happy to stay, obviously. Like, if you're...
I am delighted to say, chat. I've just got those takes uploaded as a file out, and I will just send them through to you.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
It's all good. It's all good. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files. Compose.
I'm just going through scripts at the moment, just seeing what else we've got to do.
I was in the wrong email account because for some reason I have like 5, and that's on me, quite frankly. There we are. Here you no.
Right, so if you are interested in more of Mark Gallie, if you want more Mark Gallie, you should check out. You should absolutely. I'm going to do this plug not as well as you can, Mark. But check out I Am Loud Productions.
Oh, I'm terrible at plugging myself. So please.
So they are a poetry. They are poetry night. They are video production. They produce shows. They do a monthly show in Edinburgh. They also do poetry videos online. They're on YouTube. They're fantastic. Mark on the website right now, Mark has a dashing red waistcoat and is looking very cool. And yeah, they're all fantastic. They are all fantastically talented writers, performers. My partner and I, years ago, we went to an I Am Loud night in Glasgow, and it changed our lives. And
it's where we met.
It is where we met. So we met at these nights.
It's where I met you and Sarah that night. God, if I had known, if I had known, like, the things that would change from just like going to that one show, because I remember being like, it was like the first Glasgow show I'd ever come through to as well, and I was like tired. I'd just done like a 9-hour day at work, and I was like, oh, I'm tired. I don't know if I'm, didn't know how much energy I had. Oh, if I'd known the beauty that would come from it, I'd have been so much more excited.
But yeah, and then
so great.
Like, you've just been funded for another year of shows.
We are still waiting to hear officially on things. We are hoping to have stuff and things confirmed soon.
All right.
But as soon as we have, we are coming to the end of our current funded scene, and we have in for next year. But hopefully we will be able to say yes at some point. But if you want to know, if you're rooting for us, follow us on all the social things.
Amazing.
And we will be able to say yes or no for those ones.
Yes, I'll put that in the chat just now.
Fingers crossed.
Command We Like Ike. We'll get you to Mark's Linktree, which includes a link to the I Am Loud website. Is there anything else you would like to plug or promote, or anything fun you want to? Any fun things you're working on?
Fun there. Well, at the moment, to say I Am Loud, we're sort of like wrapping up our shows for this year, and the other things that I would plug would be the Tower, which is very well documented here. And then the most recent thing that came up for me was the 48-hour film festival stuff that we did together for the Gemini film, which is very cool.
Yes. Do I still have that command plugged in? Is it Stardust? Yes, there we go. And a link to that film is now in the chat.
Yay! She is the best.
Yeah, I got to make a 90s TV theme tune, and my finest
and I got
work.
to massacre sing it.
Yes, you did. I forgot you got to sing it. Oh, absolutely stole the show.
Oh, I've never felt Jim. It's the like the wearing the Wonder Woman outfit. I'm like, Jim never felt better. Felt great day. Such a good piece. It came together so well. I had so much fun doing that. So yeah, that would be the stuff there. So all connects together.
All connects together. Amazing. Right. Well, I think we will wrap up for the night. So, thank you so much for coming along, Mark. Thank you so much for coming along to another Thank you again for coming on stream. Like, it's a very odd way of working.
No, it's been awesome to be here. Thank you for having me again, and I'm excited to be back again.
Yeah, well, we'll be back on Wednesday with more recording. We have 2 more episodes to record. We'll be doing that on Wednesday, and then that's a wrap on recording, and then it's just a case of editing the damn thing.
Then you gotta do some edits.
Yeah, then we get to go back to doing editing and things. I need to remember how to edit audio drama. And then we'll be doing scoring. We have a deadline for this at the end of January. That is the deadline. It'll be out on Bandcamp.
Deadlines. It'll
be out on the Tin Can Audio Presents stream. It's not getting its own podcast feed because it's a mini project and podcast feeds are expensive. We'll that'll be coming out end of January. So it's going well. We've got loads of time. It's more to reassure myself more than anything else. But yes, we'll be back on Wednesday, same time. We hope you can join us. And please check out all of Mark's stuff. And we will hopefully see you on Wednesday. In the meantime, have a great week.
Wednesday.
Thank you very much, Mark. Good night. And
thanks.
bye, everyone.
Good night, all. Bye.